And within a short while, the survivors now started coming in. This lady, as we were later to learn, was able to use her administrative skills and her 2 weeks training in Red Cross to save more than 30 lives.
When her name was mentioned during the memorial service of the 47 people who died in the Patel Dam tragedy, Mary Waruguru was in her clinic, just 200 meters from where the destructive waters swept through. Mary recounts her memories from that night of terror.
And then there were two ladies who came and they were running with babies, like they had babies on the front and at the back, and they had no shoes, and they were telling me, no, doc, you cannot run, because they called me Daktari, you cannot run, we're going to die with you here in the clinic. So I was like, no, I was like trying to plead with them, we need to go to a safer ground. They totally refused.
While she was trying to come to terms with the confusion visited upon her, a police car screeched to a stop in front of her clinic, and a young officer jumped out carrying what looked like the lifeless body of a newborn child.
The child wasn't breathing, and there was like just foam coming out of his mouth. And me, at the back of my head, I was like, let him not die in my hands.
As a mother, Mary focused all her energies on resuscitating the infant.
I was just telling the child, you need to leave, you need to leave, you need to leave, you need to make us proud, you need to leave. And then he kind of like gave a bap, and then his it's like he came back to life, you know.
By this time, several people rescued, among them children, were at the clinic and suffering from hypothermia. And for the sake of the children, she knew she had to think fast.
Kuna fikira likakuja tu kwa kichwa yangu, hatuwezi kufanya hii kazi peke yetu. Wamama tuwaite pale nje wale ambao hawashiki watoto, tukaita wamama, nikawaeleza wakae chini na washiki ule mtoto kama ni mtoto wake. Wakashika watoto, kubembeleza kabisa, wamewafunika na kuhakikisha at least mapua kuna kitu inakaribia mapua. And then mpaka kidogo watoto tukaona wameshaanza kuamka na wanauliza wazazi wao wako wapi.
Not a medic herself, and the little knowledge of medicine acquired from spending time around medics and a previous disaster management training, Mary and the team of rescuers were able to save more than 30 people that night. This act of bravado earning her a spot next to the president while the mass continued.
It was not a Mary affair. No. I couldn't have handled anything myself. I'll actually say the community of Solai, and the young officer, his name is Paul Otoma. He's, I can't even like describe what he did that night.
Mary's clinic is a social enterprise that she and her friends set up to help persons living with disability and mental illness within Solai. Unfortunately, the doctors she was working with at the clinic resigned, but Mary says the clinic remains open as she seeks to help those affected move on with their lives. Brygettes Ngana, NTV, Nakuru County.